Exposal videos/posts, also known as call-out videos/posts, are an infamous genre of videos or posts that have existed since 2019. They exist due to the nature of cancel culture being apparent, and they are a prime example of how the GoAnimate/Vyond community has become a toxic cesspool of cancel culture filth. 18 reasons will be given out why they should be called out for existing. 1. These videos are attempts at shaming and exposing someone for wrongdoings that they take. It's understandable if there was a criminal in the community with multiple pieces of evidence stating this if the context was explained, but they're made even if the creator was lightly insulted. 2. These call-outs can have #exposed or #caught in 4K in the title/post, especially in all caps, which is not only completely unnecessary, but it's trying way too hard to be hip with the kids at an inappropriate time. Not to mention, some people end up using such cliché hashtags like these just to get attention for the video, proving their desperation when it comes to getting attention. 3. Most of these videos are just singular, contextless screenshots that don't explain anything at all. 4. They're a horrible influence in the community. They technically send a message that causes people to make exposal videos like that when they could have either ignored them or reported them on the site that the offending comment/video/post exists. 5. All forms of common sense are totally negated with these call-outs. More than half of the time, the creators will deliberately ignore their community tab just to make their call-out a video. This is completely unnecessary, considering the fact that these people notify all their subscribers who have the bell on for something so petty and pointless to expose. They do not provide message, post or comment links to the pieces of evidence at all, which ends up making smart people question if the messages were inspected or not. Creators of these call-outs instantly jump to a conclusion whenever they see any piece of evidence, especially if it's obviously and clearly fake, disregarding logic, justification, reasoning, and/or getting both sides of the story instead of just one. They could have used the reply button to call someone out instead of an unnecessary video/post, but nope. They make a big deal out of something so minor. If the evidence contains something disgusting, they will purposely upload that evidence to YouTube, especially as a video and not as a post, usually without realizing that NSFW content can give you a community guideline strike, even if you're not the person who sent it originally. You're sending a copy of what they sent, even if you censor it, so you could be open to being reported. Also, it's senseless to post NSFW content to YouTube as an exposal video/post if you know that everyone is gonna react disgusted to that, to the point where their mental health may decline. 6. Sometimes, the description of these videos can say no credit to exposed user, which is harassment and is disrespectful in general. Even worse, the video description may tell their fans to dislike, bomb or spam report the video, further proving the uploader's toxicity and immaturity. Using your fans as an army for malicious deeds is one of the worst things you can do in the community. 7. On very rare occasions, people will attempt to fake evidence by making inspected messages on Discord as well as attempting to send that information straight to the most popular person on their friends list just to tell them to expose the evidence, claiming that it's real, just for clout. For example, MLCG Animations made fake evidence where Cyan says that he manipulated people to hate Waleed, but this was false because there is no space between Waleed's name and edited, as you can see here. Nor were there any message links at all. He told his friend to expose the post instead of himself on the grounds that he might incriminate himself if he exposed the screenshot on his tab, as evidenced here. Not to mention, when this screenshot was sent out, Cyan was already exposed as a pedophile and he left the GA community because of it, so sending that screenshot to someone to expose it, let alone exposing it normally, was double pointless. 8. These videos have all the problems that bad user alert and out of user videos have, but 10x worse. The only thing that's being exposed is the creator's immaturity and toxicity when it comes to making these slanderous videos. They're basically telling their fans to attack the person exposed just because the uploader was lightly insulted. Not to mention, they negate all forms of advice when it comes to dealing with trolls online. Exposing them will just give them more attention. Like how bad user alerts keep the war going, these exposal videos keep cancel culture from dying off because of how little effort people have to put into them without realizing that they're going against society and literal common sense. Remember, if cancel culture wasn't a thing, then these videos wouldn't exist, but this page wouldn't exist either. Plus, some of these videos end up being made out of trolls, such as the example at the top of this page. 9. The quote end of callout is unnecessary and is an obvious remnant from GoAnimate-styled rants. These videos have similar problems to these rants, such as putting a user into the video just because they have the same opinion, disregarding their personality. 10. The screenshots will usually have the evidence disliked just for clout or because they hate the user and not the wrongdoing that they took, which is being biased. 11. Some channels in GoAnimate Discord servers exist just to expose the community's immature behavior in the exact same way as these videos and posts. 12. They're high in quantity and low in quality, obviously. In other words, they're extremely repetitive. 13. They give horrible people unwanted attention, especially the majorly toxic people, or criminals, such as Yankee Dude 5000, Wilson Perez, and Rainboy 107. 14. Because of the nature of giving horrible people unwanted attention, these videos have no respect for people's privacy whatsoever, unintentional or otherwise. If there's a video where a troll tries to leak someone's personal information, such as their personal email, they will make an exposal video targeting that leak with the name of the video and or the user displayed on screen. It doesn't matter if it's censored, people can look the video up from the title to find and harass the offender in question, or attempt to spread the leaked information even further because of how flawed these videos really are. 15. When an exposal video was made due to a false accusation, instead of the creators apologizing for making the video in the first place, they end up putting outdated or especially disowned in the title instead of just deleting it outright. This is a horrible idea, because that may make some people unaware that the situation would have been done and over with. Leaving it up may make some clout chaser repeat the scenario in the future for no reason at all. 16. Some call-out videos can be over channel rules, of all things. You might think that using them makes you a hypocrite, but it's hypocritical to stop drama in the community when these videos only escalate them, especially if you're complaining about basic rules. They can exist over channel rules even if all the rules make sense, proving that the creators of these videos act before they think, aka jump to a conclusion without reading anything. Not to mention, it's also hypocritical to complain about cancel culture being a problem when making these videos adds fuel to the fire. When they called out Barney Red for making pictures of user avatars dancing naked, they are hypocritical as they did the same exact thing to other characters. 17. Not even the commentary community is safe from this. For example, the packaged reviewer community does these type of videos too, but they use some infamous and notably bad websites as reliable sources such as Ed and Kiwi Farms, as these two websites both dox and harass users. And lastly, 18, these videos discourage people from being in the GoAnimate community due to how much toxicity can emit from them. A few popular Go animators have already left due to the state of the community being too severe just from these videos alone, which encourages bad behavior and horrible ways of dealing with horrible people in general. People hold unnecessary and unhealthy grudges against others just because of minor mistakes being taken way too far for every wrong reason imaginable. You know that these videos are horrible when everyone's mental health ends up declining for promoting such a foul GA community practice. The only redeeming quality is, even though the chances of this can happen once in a blue moon, the call-out/exposal videos/posts could try to show something that a well-known user went through. For example, a criminal would have sent a death threat to a minor, and this minor would speak out the truth if you simply asked them, making the evidence accurate. So, here are the rules how to properly deal with website offenders. 1. If they send messages to you that appear to be harassing you or your friends, report them to YouTube or Discord. It takes time for either site to find your report, due to how many reports that get sent to their staff every day. Don't expose their NSFW imagery, especially on YouTube. People can use your exposal as a way to get you reported and punished for posting NSFW content from someone else's message, due to the content being duplicated from your screenshot. 2. If the user is an obvious troll that has no reason to be on your channel or in a Discord server, feel free to report their comments and messages, then block and ban them. Remember to elaborate and take your time with your reports to increase the chances of the offender being punished for their actions. 3. Don't harass anyone, regardless if they're horrible or not. That'll just make you horrible and you'll leave yourself open to being reported/exposed by others. 4. If people attempt to spread rumors and lies about you, step forward and state your claim to debunk their slanderous attempts to get you hated. Don't forget to report the offending users for spreading misinformation. 5. If they keep making alts to bypass your blocks, bans or other punishments, report them again and state your claim, using proof explaining that the user is evading a punishment to continue their targeted attack. 6. Don't complain just because someone disrespected your opinion. Tell them to stop calmly in a reply, or remove their comment/message and move on from the problem. Not everyone is able to understand opinions. And lastly, 7. Please try to disable heart notifications on your YouTube channel as soon as you can, and you'll be glad that you did. To do that, go to your YouTube settings, go into notifications and turn off activity on my comments. And finally, try to discourage people from making these videos. As stated before, they promote cancel culture and immaturity, and they don't have any reason to be prominent in the community other than to slander someone, as well as attempting to take any mistakes that they make like their major crimes. They're basically the cancel culture version of Punishment Day videos, and you know how the community is starting to regret making them in the first place due to them being infamous, controversial, and just borderline cliché as a whole to include. Most iterations of Punishment Days only exist to pad out the video's runtime, completely breaking the point of having them. Think about the logic here. Imagine if you were rude to your parents when you were younger and less mature. Should you be ridiculed and shamed for taking that action if your parents choose to expose such information, especially without your consent and because it was in the past, where you would have apologized for that? Pick your poison.